After the Pandavas lost their kingdom at a game of dice, they lived in the Kamyaka forest. One day, Yudhishthira had asked Arjuna to go to the gods to get the divine weapons. So, Arjuna leaves his brothers and Panchali, yielding to his brother's word. Son, where are you going? You cannot carry weapons here, as this is the abode of sages. Greetings, Gurudev. I am Arjuna, son of Pandu of the Puru dynasty. As a Kshatriya, the weapons are my companions. I am going to fetch divine weapons. I am Indra, ruler of heaven. I admire your courage. But why do you need the divine weapons? The Kauravas have humiliated us. We want to wage war against them. In order to defeat them, I need the weapons. Okay, my son. In that case, pray to Lord Shiva. Please him in order to get the Pasupatastra. If you can obtain it, getting the other divine weapons will be easy. I wish you good luck. Arjuna goes to Mount Kailash and performs severe prayers standing on one leg for 4 months. Lord Shiva was pleased, but he wanted to test Arjuna's courage, so he went there as a hunter. This was my kill. Why did you shoot the bow? Don't you know the rules of hunting? Who are you? I am Arjuna. I shot the bow because it was going to attack me. But how can you kill the boar with an arrow? Now, where is it said that it is wrong to shoot in self-defense? Arjuna, I wanted to test your strength. You are very courageous. So, I am going to bless you with the Pasupata Astra.
Thank you, Almighty. Please bless me.
Arjuna, the Pasupata Astra is a very powerful weapon. It can destroy the whole world, so use it only when there is need. I will teach you how to get back the Astra.
I bow to you in reverence.
After receiving the Pasupata Astra, other gods including Varuna, Yama and Kubera came one after the other and gave him divine weapons. During the Kurukshetra war, Arjuna used these weapons and defeated the Kauravas.
The ruler of Karusha, due to the flattery of his subjects, foolishly began thinking that he was the supreme ruler of the entire world. He decided to send a messenger to Lord Krishna at Dwaraka. The messenger arrived at Lord Krishna's royal assembly and began relaying the message to him.
My lord, there is a message for you from King Paundraka. Please permit me to read it before you.
Please go ahead.
I am the one and only Lord Vasudeva, and there is no other person greater than me. It is I who has descended to this world to show mercy to all living beings. Therefore, give up your false name, Krishna. Give up my personal symbols which you carry out of foolishness. Acknowledge me as your ruler. If you do not, then you will have to face me in a fierce battle.
King Ugrasena and other members of the assembly laughed loudly when they heard this vain boast of King Paundaraka.
Tell your foolish king that I will be glad to fight with him. When I am done with him, his face will be covered by vultures, herons and birds, and he will be in the shelter of dogs.
The messenger conveyed Lord Krishna's reply to his master. Lord Krishna then mounted his chariot and went towards Kasi. Upon observing Lord Krishna's preparations for battle, the mighty warrior Paundaraka quickly went out of the city with 2 full military divisions, followed by the king of Kasi, his close friend. Lord Krishna saw that Paundaraka was carrying the Lord's own insignia and was dressed exactly like him with the conch shell, his disc, his sword and club, and also an imitation saranga bow and Srivatsa mark. He wore a mock Kaustubha gem decorated with a garland of forest flowers and was dressed in upper and lower garments with fine yellow silk. His banner bore the image of Garuda, and he wore a valuable crown with gleaming, shark-shaped earrings.
How dared this king dress up in exact imitation of my own appearance? What is he trying to achieve?
The enemies of Lord Hari attacked him with tridents, clubs, bludgeons, pikes, rishtis, barbed darts, lances, swords, axes, and arrows. But Lord Krishna fiercely struck back at Paundaraka's and Kasi Raja's army of elephants, cavalry, infantry and charioteers, with his club, sword, Sudarshana disc and arrows.
Paundraka, I will now attack you with the very same weapons you dared to speak about. Renounce my name, which you have falsely assumed.
Lord Krishna destroyed Paundaraka's chariot with his sharp arrows. He then cut off his head with the Sudarshana disc. In one quick movement, Lord Krishna similarly severed Kasiraja's head from his body. Having thus killed envious Paundaraka and his ally, Lord Krishna returned to Dwaraka. As he entered the city, the Siddhas of heaven chanted his praises.
What is this? Whose head is it?
When they recognized it as the head of their king, the Lord of Kasi, his queens, sons and other relatives, along with all the citizens of the city, began to cry pitifully.
Alas, my lord, who has killed you?
Only by killing my father's murderer can I avenge his death.
Sudakshana, together with his priests, began worshipping Lord Maheshwara with great attention. Satisfied by the worship, the powerful Lord Shiva appeared to them and asked them what boon he could grant them. The prince asked for a means to slay his father's killer as his boon.
Along with the Brahmanas, serve the Dakshinagni fire. The Dakshinagni fire will fulfill your desire if you direct it against someone who is an enemy of the Brahmanas.
So Dakshina started offering prayers to the Dakshinagni fire. The fire rose up out of the altar pit and assumed the form of an extremely fearsome, naked person. The fiery creature's beard and hair were like molten copper, and his eyes were like blazing hot cinders. His face looked most frightful with its fangs and terrible arched and furrowed brows. As he licked the corners of his mouth with his tongue, he shook his flaming trident. On legs as tall as palm trees, the monster raced towards Dwaraka in the company of ghostly spirits, shaking the ground and burning the world in all directions.
O Lord of the three worlds, save us from this fire burning up the city.
Do not fear, I shall protect you.
To defeat the demon, Krishna dispatched his disc weapon. Sudarshana, the disc weapon of Lord Krishna, blazed forth like a million suns. The fiery creature, produced by black magic, turned his face away and retreated. The demon then returned to Varanasi, where he surrounded the city and then burned Sudakshana and his priests to death, even though Sudakshana was his creator. Lord Vishnu's disc also entered Varanasi in pursuit of the fiery demon and proceeded to burn the city to the ground. After burning down the entire city of Varanasi, Lord Vishnu's Sudarshana Chakra returned to Lord Krishna. Any mortal who recounts this heroic pastime of Lord Krishna, or who simply hears it attentively, will become free from all sins. The demon Vrika, the son of Shakuni, once met Narada on the road.
On the battlefield, Lord Krishna wants to get the weapon Shakti from Karna, which Karna has kept for killing Arjuna. So, he asks Ghatotkacha to fight against Karna.
Krishna, Karna is terrible today. Dharma is frightened observing the power of Karna, and he has no hopes of our army surviving till tonight. Take me to him. I have to kill Karna.
Arjuna, there are only two people who can fight with Karna. One is of course you, and the other is Ghatotkacha. He can easily defeat Karna. You can fight with Drona and the others. We depend on you, Ghatotkacha. Look at this army of ours. It is being destroyed by Karna. There is no one to oppose him except you. Destroy the army of the Kauravas.
Okay, Krishna. I shall leave now to destroy the Kauravas.
Ghatotkacha goes with a strong will to combat Karna.
Dushasana, Krishna has sent Ghatotkacha to fight with Karna. You must go to help Karna. Take a large portion of the army with you and help Karna withstand the Rakshasa army of Ghatotkacha.
I will do the needful.
Duryodhana, I should not visit a king without a present. Here is a head of the one who is related to you. If you could wait a little longer, I will bring you the head of someone who is very dear to you. The head of Karna.
Ghatotkacha again rushed back to wrestle Karna. Karna was in excellent form. Another Rakshasa by name Alayudha approached Duryodhana.
My name is Alayudha. Hidimbi, Kirmira and Baka were all my relatives. Bhima killed all of them. I heard about this war and I have come to you to take my revenge on Bhima. Go on, Alayudha. We are pleased. Look at our army. It is being shattered by the son of your enemy. The man who is fighting with him is Karna, the greatest archer in the world.
After fighting for a while, Ghatotkacha killed Alayudha. He cut his head too and took it to King Duryodhana. Duryodhana was horrified
at the sight of the dead Alayudha. Karna, kill Ghatotkacha immediately, or else our whole army will be destroyed. We cannot stand on the field even for a moment. Ghatotkacha has done the maximum damage. You must kill him with a weapon given by Lord Indra. That is the only weapon which can kill this Rakshasa. My beloved Duryodhana, at this moment, if I kill Ghatotkacha with the Shakti, all your dreams of ruling this world will vanish. Anyhow, I will act as per your instructions. Karna took the Shakti and hurled it at Ghatotkacha. The Shakti entered the mighty chest of Ghatotkacha and Ghatotkacha was killed. I have killed Ghatotkacha, but I have lost the mighty weapon Shakti, which I had kept to use on Arjuna. The ill-fated Karna, as per the request of his friend Duryodhana, used Shakti, the weapon of Indra, and killed Ghatotkacha. However, Lord Krishna was very happy since Karna had lost his mightiest weapon, which he had kept to use on Arjuna. When Yudhishthira entered heaven, he was received by the gods and the sages. He was astonished to see Duryodhana there. My lord, what is Duryodhana doing here? This is outrageous. Duryodhana was responsible for the war and destruction of men and morality. I will not stay here. This is heaven. There can be no ill will here. Duryodhana's heroic death on the battlefield has won him a place in heaven. If heaven is the reward for the unrighteous Duryodhana, I would like to know what higher world my righteous brothers have attained. Where are my brothers? Where is Draupadi? Where is Karna? Please take me to them. Messenger, come here. Take the righteous Yudhishthira to his friends and relatives. Yudhishthira followed the celestial messenger. As they walked on, the gentle glow of heaven gradually faded and they approached a dark cave where there was no light and a foul smell emanated which was unbearable for Yudhishthira. There were limbs and bones of men thrown all over. Messenger, where are we going? Where are my brothers? When will we leave this unpleasant path? I am asked to lead you to this place. If you cannot stand in this place, you can come back with me. Yudhishthira began to retrace his steps and was about to leave. Oh no, Yudhishthira, wait. Please do not leave. Your pure presence brings us peace.
Please do not go back.
Who are you?
I am Bhima.
I am Arjuna.
I am Karna.
I am Draupadi.
Oh my God! Have I gone mad? Duryodhana in heaven and my brothers in hell? Are they gods blind? Messenger, I am not coming with you. Tell Lord Indra that I will stay with my dear ones. The next moment, Yudhishthira was bathed in a divine light and the whole place became bright. Lord Indra and other deities appeared before him. My child, you are a person who always speaks the truth, but you told one lie in the war that Drona's son Ashwatthama was killed, which made Drona to lose his life. For that lie of yours, you had to suffer hell for a short duration. Your brothers had to suffer hell for a short duration for their faults, which you are well aware of. For those whose merits far exceeded their sins, experience hell first and then go to heaven. Your brothers and your wife are in heaven now.
My child, you are faultless. For the sake of your brothers, you preferred to stay in hell. You are highly compassionate.
Father, it was you who gave the strength to lead this righteous path. I bow to you and surrender myself to you.
I bless you, my child, to have eternal prosperity.
Yudhishthira had a dip in the celestial Ganga and assumed a divine form. He was escorted by Indra and Yama to heaven, where he reunited with his brothers.
One day, when Bhima and his brothers were in the town for some time, Arjuna went for a Swayamvara, the marriage ceremony organized by King Drupada for selecting a groom for his daughter Draupadi. King Drupada held a competition and laid a condition that whoever wins the competition will get Draupadi's hand in marriage. As Arjuna, the third brother of the Pandavas, was excellent in archery, he won the competition and took Draupadi as his wife and brought her to Mother Kunti. The news of the Pandavas' marriage reached Hastinapur, and Dhritarashtra was very happy. He invited the Pandavas to Hastinapur and gave them the small kingdom of Khandavaprastha and asked them to rule it. The Pandavas accepted the kingdom and renovated the palace. For the inauguration of the palace, Duryodhana and all Kauravas were invited. The palace was beautifully and artistically constructed. The floor of one of the rooms gleamed with light and polish to such an extent that Duryodhana thought it was water, and so he lifted his pants and walked carefully across the room. In another room, water was filled into a pond, but Duryodhana thought it was the floor, and he stepped in and fell inside the water. Seeing this, Draupadi and Bhima burst out laughing, calling Duryodhana the blind son of a blind father. Duryodhana was humiliated by their comments and swore to take revenge on Draupadi. He challenged the Pandavas to a game of dice and defeated them until they lost everything, including their wife. He made his brother Dushasana drag Draupadi into the court and strip off her clothes in front of everyone. When Draupadi cried for help, Lord Krishna came to her rescue and covered her with clothes.
Draupadi, you're my servant. Your husbands have lost everything. Come here and sit on my lap.
Duryodhana, how dare you speak to Draupadi like this? I will kill you in an instant.
You shameless servants. You're my slaves now. You don't have the right to talk.
I vow to tear your thighs, break your chest, and suck your blood. If I don't fulfill this promise, I am not a Kshatriya, and I am not the son of Kunti.
Until I wash my hair with Duryodhana's blood, I will not tie it. This is my vow.
The Pandavas were driven out of their country as they had lost everything in the game of dice. Finally, they had to wage a huge battle to recover their kingdom. The war lasted for 10 days and was called the Kurukshetra War. In the war, the Kauravas and all Duryodhana's supporters were killed. Only Duryodhana was left. Duryodhana hid himself in a lake in a bid to escape. Bhima, Lord Krishna and Balarama, the brother of Lord Krishna, approached the lake.
Duryodhana, come out from your hiding place. It is not fair to hide inside the lake like a coward.
Duryodhana came out of his hiding place.
Krishna, I don't want to face cowards like Yudhishthira or Arjuna who are not my equals. Let Bhima fight with me.
Duryodhana, I have been waiting for this opportunity. Come on, fight with me. Take your mace.
Duryodhana was as talented as Bhima, and he was equally strong. Both of them had learnt wrestling skills from Balarama, the brother of Krishna. The fight began. Balarama witnessed the intense fight between his two students. The fight went on and seemed never-ending. Suddenly, Lord Krishna gestured towards his thigh, reminding Bhima of his vow. Bhima took his mace and struck Duryodhana's thigh. Duryodhana screamed and his thighs started bleeding. Balarama was annoyed with Krishna and Bhima, as hitting a person in the thigh is against the principles of war. But Lord Krishna pacified Balarama and told him that this was Duryodhana's curse and he had to face it. As he had vowed, Bhima broke Duryodhana's chest and thighs. Draupadi took his blood, smeared it on a hair and tied it. Bhima fulfilled his vow and killed the greedy and evil-minded Duryodhana and brought an end to the Kurukshetra war and the Kauravas. The Pandavas returned to Hastinapur with their mother Kunti and ruled the kingdom wisely.